Nick Mueller, your classmate for Capstone 2 of ASU's TESOL certification. Glad we're all getting closer to the end here. This is my listening and speaking plan for lesson 1 of week 2, and this is just fun to do anyway. Watch this clip of career advice by Monty Python. It's hilarious. It's a little too accurate too. So I would skip down to the warm-up where we've got that begins with career advice and kind of priming the students to think of like what kind of interview questions they've encountered or think they'll encounter during the job hunt. So stimulating that plus getting the students to consider that previous background in connection with the stuff that makes accents tricky, whether it's my non-regional American accent or the rather exaggerated British accents of John Cleese and Michael Palin. No, Eric Idle. Thank you. Let's skip down to here. So, what are some things that make listening to my accent different from Mr. Michael's, who you had last semester? Because he's from Australia, right? Yeah, Australia, not New Zealand. Don't tell him I made that mistake. So, so I speak at a little bit of a slower pace, maybe, and Mr. Michael's had a kind of faster pace of speaking, and that's something that's common, a common difficulty, the rate of speech, and of course accent. Non-regional, I don't sound like I'm from anywhere specific in the United States, whereas Mr. Michaels, you can just about hear him down the hallway, Australian, right? And then there are some things that he says that I don't, like he says "g'day." I've never said "g'day" in my life until now, so that's called a regionalism. You won't really hear any American ever say that in the United States, or you could call it also a colloquialism. Let's see. So, keeping that clip we just saw of the Monty Python career advice job interview kind of thing, I'd like you to consider not just like the A sound that Cleese made and the A sound that Eric Idle made. Like, try and think of like how I speak generally, maybe, as one example. Maybe Mr. Michaels is another, and maybe TV shows you've seen that have some examples that stand out to you of American speech, of how Londoners in England speak English. And I'd like you to try and make up your own dialogue. So you can perform this dialogue. It's going to have 5 minutes to compose it after you pair up. And then it'll be 1:30, so not that long. You can improvise. There's going to be some blank space where you're not saying much or anything, or the other person speaking. You don't need to memorize it. You just go up with your little piece of paper or shared piece of paper if you like, and then I'll record them. And for tonight at home, you'll look at the work of other students' dialogue stuff. From the recordings I'll upload to Google Drive so that you can kind of see what they did that you did and what they didn't do that you did, and write a little comparison about those. So if say you, John, choose to do an Irish accent for your career advice dialogue, then you might want to look at other of your classmates who have chosen Irish, or at least Anglo-British Irish accent, something in the vicinity. Okay. All right. So, okay. Pair up. Okay. And I'll walk around and ask questions. Walk around, asking questions. Okay. So, yeah. No, not all Americans sound like John Wayne. Some of them sound like me, like NPR voice. It's a common mistake. Okay, so recording. Loudness, volume. That's a good question. Like, Um, so maybe it seems like an obvious thing to say, but Americans, we have an enormous country. We have a lot of land for one country. England, not so much. So I think this isn't something I've confirmed scientifically, but having a lot of space to kind of allows making a lot of sound. So there is some truth to Americans speaking louder than maybe their English or Welsh or Irish or Scottish or New Zealand cousins who are all English speakers. So that's a lot less space. Maybe gotta tone it down to respect the fact that there are a lot more people in a smaller area. Just a theory of mine. Okay, so let's do this assessment real quick. Accent, British, or English, or you can say Northern English or Londoner, maybe. Number 2. Okay. Okay. How loudness, that's something we just covered, and then how fast someone's speaking, that's also a factor. And then 2 items, okay, accent and regionalism. Yep, okay. Perfect so far. And then what can make listening to and understanding English easier? Having a great teacher, me, this guy, and then being a native English speaker, that I can tell you that's helped quite a bit. English is a bizarre, mixed-up language, and that we can all help each other out with it. And then, what can make listening to and understanding English easier? Visual cues, looking at the face, and so that's true. Intonation, is there a question here? Or is there a statement? Is there a statement? I don't know. Taking notes, asking the speaker to clarify what they said. So, well, very good, well done. And I'll see you tomorrow. I look forward to reading your submissions regarding what your comparison of what you did compared to the peers who chose similar accents in their dialects. All right, thank you.